What's up, everybody? We are back on another episode of But It's More Crypto. I'm your host, John. I'm here with Crypto Papi, and we're going to be doing a Bitcoin price prediction for the month of March. There hasn't been much movement lately, but today, all of a sudden, the market started taking a dip. There's been some liquidations at some bank in Silicon Valley. Maybe I'll hear more about it later, but the things are moving to the downside for the moment. But I mean, we're still pretty bullish. The price has maintained for a really long time, which was very surprising, because of everything that's going on around the markets and just in the regular stock market. Crypto has been following the stock market, but lately it has been more, what's the word I'm thinking of? More stable. Yes, it has been more stable, definitely. So now I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi. Let me get off the screen real quick. Nope, wrong one. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Before, what is that? Okay, there we go. Okay, before I get out of here, so the last person that won the Ledger Nano X didn't contact me, so I'll be basically giving it away to somebody else. So I'm going to give it to the last person that subscribed to the channel, Bot Guy DK. If you are here somewhere, if you could reach out to me, I'll definitely get this Nano X to you. I'm going to comment on can I comment on this post? No, I can't even comment on it. But if you're watching this, you won the Ledger Nano X. It's right here. I'll claim it, and then I'll send it to you. But you must contact me, leave a comment or whatever. Just get a hold of me. All my information is on the page. So anyways, let's see. We're done with that. Now we can get out of the way. Webcam, video capture. Wait, where is it at? Okay, let's see. There we go. Okay, perfect. Image. Okay, so I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi and he'll take it over from here. Go ahead, dude.
All right, so we're starting on Bitcoin paired with the US dollar on the monthly time frame. Data coming from Coinbase, of course. So you could see here we're in the beginning of March. After Doji in February formation, indecision in the market, we're staying within this consolidative box, to be honest with you. So if we get the rectangle tool out, we draw from the top of these two wicks, just lining these up, bring it down to the candle bodies. And I mean, as you can see, we're just staying within this box. We could really even lower this down for these two candles here. So from the swing high of the top wick here back in August, all the way through recently. Now we're retesting it as support. So we stayed in this box. We bounced around, tested it as support, broke through it, then finally busted back to the top, retested the top in March, and then you could see we've just been rejected ever since then. But we are finding the bottom end as support. So, I mean, really, we're just stuck in this consolidative box. So, I mean, nothing too crazy going on. We are currently testing the bottom section of the box. So as long as that holds as support down here around let's take a look at the exact bottom of the box, around 19,300. I mean, everything is still lining up for Bitcoin to continue to the upside since, what was this, the beginning of the year, January 2023, when we had this pretty large pump to the upside. So hopefully, by the time the March closes, we close green, hopefully above this wick here at about 25,200. So A close above that definitely will continue to the upside. But if we start closing much lower than the high $19,000 range, we're probably going to create new lows. So this low here in December and January of about, let's say 16,000, just shy of 16,000. Even here in November, it was a little bit below that. If these levels don't hold here for March, we're more than likely going to create a new swing low for our Fibonacci, our overall Fibonacci, which is in the yellow. So that's it really for the monthly time frame. We want to see the monthly time frame start to go back up to the upside. But again, we have basically 21 days. We have 20 days and 20 hours from the time of the recording. So now let's switch over to the weekly time frame. We'll adjust our chart. Adjust our chart so we can get a good look at Bitcoin's weekly time frame. And again, you could see here where we touched the bottom of the Fibonacci in the low $15,000 range, mid $15,000 range. Before we started to move up to the upside, we had 1, 2, 3 weeks of just straight upward parabolic movement, slight rejection, pump back up to create a local high to be, it even beat the high over here from August 15th, 2022. So we had a new high put in, and ever since then, we've just been coming to the downside. This is almost the completion of the third week to the downside. So hopefully we find some support here relatively soon. Let's just adjust the chart and take a closer look and a little bit of more of a deeper dive. And here again, we have one touch point here, second touch point before we fell through it. We could adjust the trend line a little bit, but basically retested it as resistance before getting slapped back down, creating our low on the Fibonacci swing low. And eventually this trend line needs to get retested. The longer we go without retesting this trend line, the higher the price is until we retest it. So, hopefully this is, hopefully we're going to hold support at these levels right here. Let's get the horizontal ray tool and let's just draw where it looks like we're going to find some potential support. So I'm looking at this red candle here from June 27th, 2022, July 4th, 2022. I'm looking at the bottom of these. I'm going to plot a horizontal ray and let's just look at it. So we have these two candles that are sitting on it. We have this candle that retested it as support before we started to move to the upside. It was a magnet back down to the downside. Support, support, support. Little bit of resistance breaking above, and then we just melted. Then we blew right through it. So now we're retesting it as support. So as long as these levels hold up here for support, there's no reason we shouldn't just keep continuing to the upside. So for me, Bitcoin looks good until we lose, like I said, really, honestly, this level, say 19,300. Once we lose that and the candle closes below this on the weekly time frame, then I would say we're more than likely going to break these lows of the mid $15,000 level, because it just makes sense. We need to either plug in a new swing high or a new swing low. And looking at the charts, we're closer to the swing lows, obviously, than the swing highs. So until we start breaking higher, then the odds of us creating a new swing low, those chances are just, becoming higher and higher. As time goes on, the longer we stay within this consolidative box. But all in all, everything for Bitcoin as of this moment looks absolutely bullish. There's no reason we come up, we come back and retest prior levels of support before we continue to the upside. And the next levels for the upside would be about the $28,000 level, which is lining up with the 0.236. But really what my eyes are on when you're talking about Bitcoin and levels to the upside is definitely this red box of resistance, really resistance again. It was never truthfully support until over here in mid 2021. Then we retested it again as support in 2021. Support, broke through it, then really broke far below it. So this level of 40,000 to about 42,000 is a huge, I just feel like that's a magnet for Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin starts to really move to the upside and get some steam, would be about the $40,000 level. So, I mean, that's it that I have for Bitcoin on the monthly and weekly time frame. Everything looks good.
When was the last time it was bouncing like that?
What do you mean bouncing like
staying within that tighter range that it's at right now?
A tight range? I mean, you could just look back to tight ranges, not taking into consideration the price, the actual price that it's at. But Bitcoin to consolidate for this long has been a while. I mean, this would be considered a box, but this is a lot more volatile than what it currently is right now. If we look at the top of this to say the lows here, you're talking about a 40% to the downside difference. So compared to right now, we're definitely not moving 40%. It's not a 40% range, at least that I know of, that I would think, oh my goodness, is it 37? So I guess it's close, 37%. So it's been a while. It's been since about, what was this, about 2019 when we really moved sideways. And then again back here in the late, no, I guess it's all 2018. 2018 was super tight. 2019 as well before we started to move to the upside. So, I mean, it's been a few years for Bitcoin, but again, there's a lot more people in Bitcoin, a lot more hype around Bitcoin now than ever before, especially comparing it to 2018, 2019. So, I mean, I'm just surprised it's moved this sideways for so long.
It's just a lot of more people are holding nowadays than before, right?
Yeah, exactly. A lot more people in the market.
And the big money has basically, they're not backing completely.
Right.
That's why we don't have that same amount of movement, because we need more money to be injected into the coin for it to start moving. So, yeah, well, I guess, there's not much, there's not a lot of exciting things going on with Bitcoin at the moment. It's just kind of doing its thing.
Yeah.
And it looks okay. There's nothing to write home about, but there's also nothing to be too worried about either. That's just what it is at the moment, and we just gotta wait. And this is the thing about trading: it's just the long game. That's what we're playing here. It's gonna take a while. It's boring. It's not as exciting as it was when it was pumping. Now everything is just kind of on hold. That's what we're not doing as many live technical analysis because the market is just being okay. It hasn't been moving too much.
Yeah, it's hard to do technical analysis when you're just consolidating.
So guys, thank you guys for tuning in for this one. We'll be back on the next one. We're gonna do some light technical analysis on Litecoin, right?
Yeah,
Litecoin. Yeah. Okay. All right. Signing out. I'll be back soon.